Welcome back to my channel, The Coin Spot. Today is best top 2 coins, one you want to miss. We're diving into the world of United States coins. Please don't skip this video, so let's get it started. Top 1. The 1988 United Kingdom 1 penny coin featuring Queen Elizabeth II, commonly referred to as the Elizabeth II penny. These show both obverse and reverse designs across detailed views. Sourced from numismatic reference sites, historical and physical details. Introduction and series context. The UK decimal 1 penny, 1p, coin entered circulation in 1971, alongside other decimal denominations. The 1988 coin belongs to the series featuring the third portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Raphael David Maklauf and used from 1985 to 1992. Obverse design, front. Depicts the crowned bust of Queen Elizabeth II facing right, wearing the George IV state diadem, along with a pearl necklace and earrings, collectively known as the third portrait. The designer's initials RDM, Raphael David Maklauf, appear in use on the neck truncation Elizabeth II D.G. Reg. FAD, 1988, meaning Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, defender of the fate reverse design, back. Features a crowned portcullis with chains, a symbol originating from the badge of Henry VII and now the badge of the Palace of Westminster. Encircled by a beaded rim, the inscription 1 penny is above, with the numeral 1 below signifying the denomination. This design was originally created by Christopher Ironside for decimalization and remained standard through the period. Specifications. According to coin catalogs, the 1988 penny specifications are as follows. Composition: bronze, used from 1971 until the switch to copper-plated steel in 1992. Weight: 3.56 g, commonly given as 3.56 g or 3.564 g. Diameter: 20.32 mm. Thickness: 1.52 mm. Edge: plain, smooth, without reading. Mint: Royal Mint, Lantricent, Wales. Also classified under Standard Catalog Reference KM number 935, Spink B3 mintage and rarity. The circulation mintage for 1988 was approximately 793,492,000, with total mintage slightly higher at 793,705,381, including coins used in special sets. This huge number reflects that it's a very common coin in circulation, categorized as rarity C. Proof and uncirculated special sets. Brilliant uncirculated sets, approximate 134,067 pennies included. Proof coins, roughly 79,314 minted for the 1988 proof coin collection. Market value and collector interest. As a common circulation coin, 1988 pennies are generally of minimal monetary value, but condition and type affect pricing. Circulated condition, very fine to good, ranges from 8 cents to 48 cents USD. Extremely fine, around $1.25 USD. Uncirculated, UNC and BU sets, up to $2.50, occasionally a bit more for pristine examples. One listing indicated around £2 to £2.25 GBP, $2.50, $2.80 USD, for circulated coins sold in the UK. The bottom line: unless it's in mint condition or part of a special set, its value tends to hover close to face value, more collectible than lucrative. Related notes and collector tips. The switch in 1992 from bronze to copper-plated steel was economically motivated due to rising metal costs, but for 1988 pennies, bronze was still used. Die varieties exist for enthusiasts, such as differences in the portcullis bar junctions, raised dots versus ink use circles around 1991 to 92, though these are less applicable to 1988 coins. A note from coin collectors suggests cleaning most coins is unadvisable. Cleaning devalues a coin, though with a common coin like the 1988 penny, the collector community humorously notes you can probably do whatever you like. Summary in paragraphs. The 1988 UK 1 penny coin remains a staple of British decimal coinage, featuring the third effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, crafted by Raphael David Maklauf. Its reverse proudly displays the iconic crowned portcullis, a design that has become emblematic of British pennies originally conceived by Christopher Ironside. Struck in bronze, the coin weighs approximately 3.56 g, spans 20.32 mm in diameter, and measures 1.52 mm thick. Its plain edge and detailed inscriptions reflect the numismatic standards of the time. With a staggering mintage of nearly 794 million, the 1988 penny is abundant and categorized as a common issue. Some variants were distributed in limited brilliant uncirculated and proof sets, but these still remain fairly accessible to collectors. In terms of value, most remain close to face value, though pristine and set examples can fetch a modest premium up to around $2.3 USD. While die varieties and collector interest exist, especially for error or special editions, for most people the coin serves as a nostalgic piece of UK monetary history rather than a high-value numismatic treasure. Top 2. The 1971 1 penny coin, UK, covering its historical background, physical specifications, design features, mintage, value, and collector interest. This is presented in long, informative paragraphs for thorough understanding. Historical background of the 1971 1 penny coin. The 1971 1 penny coin marks a significant turning point in the history of British currency. This was the first year of the decimalisation of British currency, a massive monetary reform that replaced the old system of pounds, shillings, and pence with a simpler, base, 10 decimal system. Prior to 1971, the British currency was based on a system where 12 pence made a shilling and 20 shillings made a pound, which was complex and increasingly seen as outdated in the modern world. Decimal Day, also known as D-Day, occurred on February 15, 1971, and the 1 penny coin introduced in that year was part of the new decimal series. This coin represented 1/100th of a pound sterling, unlike its pre-decimal predecessor, which was worth 1/240th of a pound. Therefore, although the name remained the same, the value and usage of the penny coin changed dramatically. The 1971 1 penny became one of the most commonly used coins in everyday British life and was minted in vast quantities to ease the public's transition into the decimal system. Design and appearance of the 1971 penny. The obverse side of the 1971 penny features the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, specifically the second definitive portrait, which was designed by Arnold Machin R.A. This portrait was introduced in 1968 and continued to be used on British coinage until 1984. The Queen is shown wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, a well-known piece of royal jewelry gifted to Queen Mary in 1893. Around the portrait is the inscription, Elizabeth II DG Reg. FD 1971 inch, which stands for Elizabeth II Dei Gratia Regina Fidei Defensor, Latin for Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. The inscription reflects her dual role as monarch and spiritual head of the Church of England. The reverse side of the coin was designed by Christopher Ironside, a British artist who designed many of the new decimal coin reverses. It features a depiction of a portcullis with chains, a symbol historically associated with the Palace of Westminster and the British Parliament. Above the portcullis is the word new penny. The term new was used during the early years of decimalization to distinguish the new decimal pennies from the old pre-decimal pennies. Below the portcullis is the denomination 1 indicating 1 penny. Specifications and composition. The 1971 penny was made from bronze, an alloy consisting of 97% copper, 2.5% zinc, and 0.5% tin. This gave the coin its distinctive reddish-brown color when newly minted, although it can darken over time with circulation and exposure to the environment. The coin has a diameter of 20.3 millimeters, a thickness of 1.52 millimeters, and a weight of 3.56 grams. Its edge is plain, meaning it does not have any milling or lettering. Because it was intended for heavy circulation and to replace the older coinage system, the 1971 1 penny was struck in very large numbers. The total mintage was 1,521,666,250 coins, making it one of the most common British coins of the early decimal era. It was produced at the Royal Mint, which has been the official mint of the United Kingdom for over 1,000 years mintage and circulation. The mintage of over 1.5 billion coins reflects how crucial the 1971 penny was to daily life and commerce during the transition to decimal currency. These coins were used by virtually everyone in Britain, from shops to households, for small everyday purchases such as sweets, newspapers, or public transportation fares. Due to the immense volume minted and the robust quality of the alloy, these coins lasted for decades in circulation. It wasn't until the early 1990s that changes in metal prices led to a shift in the composition of newer coins, and bronze coins like the 1971 penny began to be withdrawn or replaced. Nonetheless, many 1971 pennies remained in circulation for years and are still found in old drawers, piggy banks, or collected by numismatists today. Collectability and value today. Because the 1971 penny was minted in such huge quantities and has no rare variations, it holds limited value as a collector's item unless it is in uncirculated or proof condition. A typical 1971 penny in circulated condition is usually worth around its face value, that is, 1 penny, or roughly equivalent in collector markets. However, uncirculated or mint condition specimens, especially those in proof sets issued by the Royal Mint, can fetch a higher price. A brilliant uncirculated example might sell for 50 pence to £2, while proof coins may sell for slightly more. That said, most circulated examples have more sentimental than monetary value. Despite its low value, the 1971 penny holds a special place in British numismatic history. It represents the beginning of a new chapter in UK currency, and for many people, it carries nostalgic memories of the early 1970s. For beginner collectors or those interested in the history of the British monetary system, it remains an interesting and accessible piece to own. Cultural and educational importance. Beyond its monetary role, the 1971 penny also serves as an educational tool, representing the shift in how Britons thought about and interacted with money. The decimalization process itself was a huge logistical and educational campaign. Schools, shops, banks, and the general public had to adapt quickly to the new system, and the 1971 penny was at the heart of that transformation. Today, these coins are sometimes used in classrooms or historical exhibits to teach about economic history, the metric system, and the cultural shifts of post-war Britain. Conclusion. In summary, the 1971 one-penny coin is a foundational piece of modern British currency. While it may not hold great financial value, it is rich in historical, cultural, and numismatic significance. It marks the transition to a decimal currency system, carries the iconic image of Queen Elizabeth II during her early reign, and features classic British symbolism. Whether held as a nostalgic item, a teaching aid, or a beginner's collectible, the 1971 penny remains a tangible link to one of the most important monetary reforms in British history.